Hi guys, I wanted to do a quick little pregnancy update for you all. I have not recorded one of these in several weeks, and honestly it was because for like the first, I don't know, like weeks 12 through 16, I think that's when I last did one, it was like 12 weeks. Really not much had changed, and then Thanksgiving happened, other stuff happened, just have been busy, haven't had the time to sit down and record this, but I'm gonna record one now. So I am 18 weeks 4 days as of recording this. I'm almost 19 weeks, which means I'm almost halfway done with this pregnancy, and it's crazy. I am doing so much better overall. Like, it just, I finally have that, like, the cloud has lifted feeling. It seems to have taken longer this pregnancy than last. It wasn't until about 16-ish weeks I was like, okay, like I'm actually feeling better, and I've stopped taking my Zofran for nausea. I really don't feel nauseous unless I just don't eat, which I have an appetite now. I'm actually hungry. Like 4 days ago, I was like, whoa, I'm actually hungry. Like I want to eat food versus just eating because I know I like needed to eat. So I finally have an appetite. I'm finally hungry. The biggest complaint that I've had, but I've got it under control, is heartburn. It's like I exchanged the nausea for heartburn, and the heartburn was so bad that it would make me not want to eat, and it would make me like get sick. And so I finally am taking some medicine for it, and that seems to be helping. So I want to eat again. It sounds so weird to say, but like I have not had an appetite since August, and today is December 1st. So basically 3.5-ish months, I just did not feel like eating. So I haven't gotten sick in a couple of weeks. I had an OB appointment today. I haven't had an OB appointment, I don't think, since my last video, because long story short, we got, as a family, exposed to COVID, and so we had to I had to cancel my appointment, make sure I, didn't have any symptoms of it before I could go in. I didn't get COVID. I had 2 negative tests. We're all good here. But I had to cancel my OB appointment, which was at like 16-ish weeks. And so I just had an appointment today. Everything looks totally fine. My blood pressure was like high when I first sat down, like 150s over 80s. And she rechecked it, and it was like 119 over 70, which is pretty normal for me. But my OB said he sees this kind of trend where sometimes women test their blood pressure is really high, and then it'll be normal, high, normal, high, normal, but towards the end of pregnancy it starts to be high, maybe not as normal, above little, higher than normal, and then eventually kind of creeps up. And he's like, you kind of have shown that trend over the last couple weeks where it's been really high and then normal, high, normal. And he's like, I'm just concerned about it going higher. So he wants me to take a baby aspirin once a day. Apparently it's shown to help reduce preeclampsia. So I'm probably gonna do that. It's not gonna be like harmful in any way, so I'll just do that, because I noticed last pregnancy I did start to creep up on my blood pressure. So even though it's normal now, after I've like sat down and rested for a while, I can foresee it going up towards the end of my pregnancy. We did do an ultrasound. The heartbeat was 142 on the Doppler, and I have my anatomy scan next week. I'll be just 1 day shy from 20 weeks, so we'll get that, and I'll include that in the next video. Otherwise, the biggest thing besides I'm feeling so much better is I feel the baby move. I feel the baby move pretty consistently when I'm like still like standing or sitting or laying, and even Jesse, my husband's, felt the baby a couple of times, so it is strong enough to feel and see from the outside. I've gotten a couple little videos of it, but it's so small from the outside, it's just very subtle. So I will try to include that here to see if you guys can see it. But it's really small, but the movements are getting bigger. I can like feel where the baby is. Like, it's really hard on one side sometimes and like squishy on the other side. So that's been awesome, just kind of reassuring. I did start feeling the baby around the same time with Callie, and apparently my placenta is anterior, at least that's what my OB said at my last ultrasound appointment. So he said I might feel the baby later, but I did feel it pretty much starting around 14, 15 weeks, like questionable, like little movements. And then definitely by 16 weeks, I was like, yep, I'm for sure feeling it. And I think Jesse felt the baby like 17-ish weeks. So that's a quick little update. I'm feeling so much better. I know I've said that a million times, but when you feel so sick for so long and you just don't feel like yourself, and you finally like wake up and you're like, whoa, I have energy, I'm not super big, so I'm not super uncomfortable yet. It's been nice. I guess one other thing I just want to include in this, because I like to go back on these when I, you know, if I ever get pregnant in the future, I am having a little bit of discomfort. I'm having like some SPD, which is like the pubic separation kind of pain, and it's not terrible, it's not unbearable, but if I walk too fast or like run or anything, it is worse. So I'm gonna keep an eye on it, and we'll see. But let me show my 18.5-week belly, almost 19 weeks. I'm definitely pregnant, you can definitely tell, and there's no questioning it now when I'm wearing clothes. Okay. So there we go. And one other thing, what was I gonna say? Oh, I've gained 1 pound this pregnancy. I'm sure I'll start gaining more weight now that the baby's growing and I'm eating more now. But I've gained 1 pound this pregnancy, so I'm okay with that. I'm not like ashamed to gain weight. I would prefer to gain it in a healthy manner, so I'd rather just slowly gain some than to like shoot up. But it is what it is for the next 20 weeks or so. But anyways, I'll see you guys in my next update. I will conclude the anatomy scan and whatnot, and yeah, bye.